Draft only a few days away, and I was wondering, could you touch on the process that starts even before the combine, but maybe this past month? What does your team and the organization focus on from meetings, combine, taking players out to dinner, all the way until draft night?
I've always said it's a process. Like, you got to follow the process. It's really getting the best list from your area scouts and your head scouts, and exploring who you're going to get at the range you're at. You exhaust the process, as I call it, of going through every single player, meeting them at the combine, going through their testing, going through their video, reading all the research that your staff has done on them, and we love to get to know them as much as we can.
The faster you pedal, the harder it is. And every minute, I'm gonna have you do 5 RPMs faster. 70 RPMs to start, and we go till you can't anymore. Go, 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 go! Come on, push through.
We don't want any surprises on draft day, so we dig deep. If you have a player sometimes that ends up being your captain, it's not an accident that happens. You can see in an early age the leadership and the qualities that these particular young men have, even when they're 15, 16, 17. Most times when you're successful and you're drafting someone that overachieves or becomes your captain or leads you to a championship, it has to do with their personality. So you have to do a lot of work in that.
What would you attribute to your success? How have you gotten to this level?
My desire to win at any cost is probably a big thing, but the law of attraction, I've always kind of worked with it without knowing what it was, but my mentality is probably the main factor though.
I had an epiphany.
That's serious.
An anxiety attack. I came to the conclusion of who I like, and then I had a conclusion is that there's no f***ing way that guy's gonna be there at 4. Caleb.
Yeah, we have a ton of momentum right now as an organization, building off our inaugural season. We've got a core with tremendous skill and speed. We're looking to add some additional depth, some leadership, some championship experience to take our group to the playoffs, and when we get there, to contend.
I think a winning culture is really about the fight inside that locker room to be the best. And a Stanley Cup team is 50% drafted for, 50% traded for, and it's a combination of those two groups coming together to have that fight inside the locker room. They're not going to roll over. They're going to fight right to the death.
JJ Peterka right down the middle.
The one thing that I've learned about him and from watching him over the years is that he's got a unique ability to create a ton of speed down the wings, and he can beat goaltenders from distance, and that's one of the things that you like about what he can do.
Peterka's got a lane, scores! Hey, JJ!
I think he's a competitor. He's 23, he's young, he's fast, he's hungry to make a difference, so he's going to have an opportunity to come in and prove himself here and have good impact on our club.
JJ, obviously this last season was the inaugural year for the Utah Mammoth. I'm just curious, as a player that was on the outside for that's now coming in, what stood out to you about Utah?
Just seeing how they were welcomed. So it was pretty cool to see how excited the fans were, and then also when we played in the building, how loud the fans were, how good the atmosphere in there was.
And we are ready to go as Utah tries to sweep the season series against the Buffalo Sabres.
How much skill they have, how easily they beat guys at one-on-one, one-on-twos, and obviously the plays they make, even against us last year. And yeah, like I said, just how fast the game was.
Thompson trying to dangle, nowhere to go. Zucker goes across, shot to goal. Peterka, and he's tied it at 1. Shot
I remember that we lost that game last year.
Good look by Peterka. Oh, what a stop! Corral about to whip the glove. He snares it around their feet. Crazy finish. finish to this one tonight at Delta Center. Utah will take it, and this was a must-win if I do say so.
It was cool to see, and now even more exciting to be part of that.
How does Peterka add to what you guys are building and trying to make the playoffs moving forward?
Well, I think it's one of those things where, every little piece of momentum helps. I think, we were able to, get in and get the 4 pick, and then all of a sudden, we were able to swing this deal, and we were able to sign our 2 top prospects, Boot and Simashev, coming through the door. So now we got to go out and, hammer it at the draft. But it's certainly, there is a lot of momentum with our club.
We went from 14 to 4, and the talent level changes a lot when you do that. The Cale Makars and the Peter Angelos and the Yzermans and the Kachucks have all been picked at 4, and you get excited about that talent level that can get you over the hump. We've gone from A to B in the rebuild. That's where we are. We're at B. What's next is C. That's the cup. So we've gone from the rebuild to the build. And we couldn't be in a better spot to be picking at 4 to complete that build. This pick has the ability to get us over the hump and on our way to competing and winning the Stanley Cup. Remember this, we won the lottery. Now let's win the draft, gentlemen. Let's win the draft here.
What a way to start the long weekend. Nothing better than this, the NHL Entry Draft 2025 from the beautiful city of Los Angeles. We are downtown in LA live at the Peacock Theater.
Welcome to the 2025 Upper Deck NHL Draft. The New York Islanders select Matthew Schaefer,
Michael Misa,
Anton Frundell.
Here, when we get to Utah, are they going to go to the center or are they going to go to the power winger? For me personally, until Kale Donay comes off the board, I'm going to keep pumping.
Oh, yeah, you love him.
I love this guy.
He's your guy.
I love this guy. I love him as a player. I love him as a person. I mean, this guy's awesome.
So now you're saying Desnoyers is the guy that should be getting his name called.
You guys good with that? Pick is in.
With the 4th overall selection in the 2025 NHL Draft, the Utah Mammoth are proud to select Caleb Donay.
To be honest with you, I don't even remember when they said my name and I walked up the stage. Kind of blacked out a bit, and it was such a surreal moment, especially to be in LA there with the family and friends. To be able to kind of get that experience with them makes the moment even better.
He can do everything. He's a two-way center that can provide offense, and he can play defense, and he put his team on his back as a 17-year-old, and we're really looking forward to him coming into Utah. So happy to get you. It's unbelievable.
So excited. Can't wait to get things started. Thanks a lot for your trust and belief.
It's an incredible opportunity for us to pick at 4, and even a more incredible opportunity to get you in our selection.
Thanks a lot. Can't wait to be in Utah.
Stefan. Okay. Real big. My name's Chase. I'm a reporter.
It goes by so fast. Everyone tells you to enjoy the moment.
What do you think about the new logo here?
What have you heard about the Mammoth?
C'est probablement ta sélection, est-ce que le Mammouth.
Give us the scouting report on yourself.
But honestly, if I had to redo it, I'd probably try to enjoy it even more. But yeah, you try to get the most out of it, and it was awesome.
We were able to kind of get the player that we had targeted and we'd watched all year from start to finish, and he has the ability to become a top 2-line center in the National Hockey League.
Tusks up!
There's 2 parts of the draft. It's day 1 where you're picking at 4. Day 2 was more about getting players. That's when the real draft starts for me. As I always say, nobody's going to like your 7th rounder. If they did, he wouldn't be in the 7th round. So you're not going forward as an organization unless you get value picks in the 3rd to 7th round.
First experience in the city was awesome. You get told a lot of great stuff about Utah, the mountains, and how gorgeous it is.
Max, have you been to Salt Lake City before?
No, never.
No?
First time.
First time?
First time, yeah. Excited to see.
It's when you get here and land at the airport that you realize how beautiful and how clean it is.
Most of the kids that come in here, and obviously him, they're so excited. They're just absorbing everything, and to come around and get to know some of the trainers, our staff, and kind of really dig into what it's going to take to make the NHL. He'll learn that at Dev Camp. As I say to the kids all the time, it's the hardest thing they'll ever do in their life is play in the National Hockey League.
My name is Michael Ravo, they call me Big Mike.
I am Max Pchenchka.
Dmitry Simashov. My nickname is Sima.
It's always a great feeling when you get to see your prospects walk in the door for the first time, and you haven't really almost seen some of those guys for almost a year.
Super excited to be here, excited to be back, excited to see my buddy Caleb too, so gonna be great to see him here. So thankful he got drafted to Utah.
Yeah, Smitty's he's a brother, and to be here with him, it makes the moment even more fun.
It's about long.
Hey, for his confidence.
This guy's a clown over here. He's my son right there.
Being here, living with the guys, creating chemistry and, creating relationships is huge.
I'm excited to meet all the boys again, the staff.
Creating a good bond together just so, you guys can bounce off each other whenever need be. And I think that's pretty important.
Straight. Listen to my voice. Straight. Jump straight. Jump.
Left leg. Left. Yeah, a little bit. Nice. Yeah, good.
You gotta get it over the hill and then it'll go. This is an easier putt for the club.
That's it.
It's just so exciting. I think everybody can agree, just being here, being around everybody, the energy is just so ecstatic.
These guys are going to be sitting next to each other in the locker room one day on our NHL team, and those connections start through weeks and experiences like this where they bond, they have laughs together, and they learn together as they go on this journey to being NHL players.
At one point in time, development camp was more of a see how tough you are and can you make it through the week. Now it's more about teaching. It's more about trying to get them to absorb the information that they'll need to become pros. A lot of these guys have the talent. They've just got to get the habits.
Big drive, push. Nice.
Looking forward to enjoy the moment and show who I am on and off the ice. To get that pro experience of seeing how it is, the environment with the team, and should be really exciting.
Puck start. So how we finish is how we start. Everybody good?
I think I have a good background. I want to learn to be a leader for the young guys. See some reflection from the staff, what to work on.
We just want to get better and better every time you come back, and I think that's the goal for me this year.
We're going to get the players that we need that will get us over the hump, that will help us win a championship here in Utah.
How important is winning for you? The most important thing? What are you willing to sacrifice to win? Everything? Because you will have to give up a piece of yourself to win. A lot of young guys want to win, and you have experience, you have winning pedigree. A lot of guys had an opportunity to win, either for your country or for your junior team or in minor hockey and everything. But further you go, further you realize you have to give a piece of yourself. So there's a price to go with the victory. We all want to win. We all want to raise the cup. But we need to be willing to pay the price to get there.
I think one of the best things that we can do for our young core is to continue to surround them with championship experience, teaching our young guys what it takes to be a champion, what it takes to win in those tough moments, what it takes to overcome adversity, to have the resilience necessary to be a champion.
You look like you have a couple new players in the pipeline here for you, but also just those couple of free agent signings that you've had today. How do you address all of those positions on this team, adding depth and strengthening this roster?
I think in the big picture, what we did today was tidy up the loose ends and make us a stronger team. And I think you're going to see that come training camp. And it's even part of this development camp. You see the talent that's on that ice. Those young kids are pushing. Now we've signed some free agents that are going to come in and push with our core. It's going to be probably the most competitive team we've had so far, and it will be the most competitive camp we've ever had here. So it's exciting times, and we were excited about the guys we added today.
First-time Stanley Cup champion.
You know what? I love the passion. I love the excitement. That's me to a T. I love that type of energy that people bring. The passion amongst fans, like that doesn't kind of scare me away. That actually kind of brings me closer, right? But that sense of pulse, right? That sense of behind the team, of that first real year. I mean, I had a similar feeling to that when I was first year in Vegas. What it means to be in a city for the first time, and you're kind of navigating how do we do things, and community engagement. Now the second year is kind of when you really start to ingrain yourself into the community, and that's something I'm excited for. There's so many good young players on this team, and being a part of that is going to be great. Being an older guy, try to help them in aspects of the game. I've heard nothing but great things about everybody, about the organization, the team, all the players. So I can't wait to get down, to be a part of this group, to get to work and start the season.
When you look over the entire season, what an inaugural campaign it's been.
What is the goal in year 2? It's pretty simple. Take a step forward. I think our team had an incredible year. There was a 12-point plus we ended with compared to last year, the year before. And now it's about taking that next step. Can we get into the playoffs? Can we be a team that's competitive in the playoffs? And I feel like we've taken so many great steps, but now this is going to be the new challenge for us this year.